Buddy, happy Tuesday to you here, and I wanted to bring you some really valuable information here that is going to be really cool, and you're going to love it. Let's see here. Allow your viewers to request to join you as a guest. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's awesome right there. And so here's what I was thinking about today. What's up, Gary? Nice to see you today. Is about plan. And I wanted to talk about planning. And so let me tell it through a version of a story. So my wife had to do a call today, and she's like, let's do it she wanted to do it from the beach. So, and let me know if this fan is too loud here, because it's like smoking hot here right now. So she wanted to do it from the beach. So I said, okay. So I got my chair, I got my water, I got my laptop, I got my iPad, I got my pad of projects for the day. And I said, okay, we'll do it. And so I sit down, I'm logging into Zoom, I'm facing the sun off the beach, and the sun is hammering me, and I am just like melting to death. But I'm suffering through the melting. I'm like, okay, I'm melting, but I'm just gonna suffer through it. And then the Zoom knocks off, then the Zoom comes on, then the Zoom knocks off, and so it made me think of something is, are you suffering through a plan that you felt was good, but now the plan's not good at all? And so that's what I was doing. I was suffering through a plan that was not good at all. So what I did was I sat there, I'm melting. I said, why this plan? And I literally said this inside my head. I said, this plan is not working. You can either keep suffering through this plan or develop a new plan. So I'm like, what's the new plan? Get the hell up. So I got up and I walked by my wife and I'm like, I'm melting. So I'm going to go to the truck and do what I got to do, because I can't stay there and keep melting. That's not a solid plan. So first step, you got to, good morning, Mom. I have to have, you have to understand that when a plan goes south, you don't keep suffering through the plan. And I see this in business owners all the time. Gary, I'm sure you see it too, where business owners are going through a plan, their marketing's not working, but they keep going through the same plan and they don't evaluate and course correct for a new plan. Same thing, Zoom now, Zoom kicking out, back on, out, on. So I'm like, this plan's not working. Boom, go right to phone call plan. So I feel like in business, a lot of business owners, at least, going over 5 years now of CEO Warrior and coaching hundreds and hundreds of companies to the very next level, is what we do the best. And it's not about us. I'm sharing it so you could adapt this yourself. Is don't suffer through what appeared to be a great plan that goes south. There's no need to suffer through that. Evaluate and make a new plan. Now, I made a new plan to get me past this situation, right? So I'm past this situation. And then I said to myself, well, okay, what will I do different next time? And that's a really big question for all of you, is what will I do different next time? So I said, okay, next time, I loved looking at the ocean, and I wore black pants, everybody. I'm combat boots and black pants, Gary, and a black shirt, which this is probably the only shirts I own, black shirts, but the black pants was taking me right over the edge of melting. So I already built my plan. So tomorrow morning when I go down, an umbrella is the solution to that melting problem. I could have quickly set up an umbrella, boom, and stayed down there. Now, as for the Zoom thing, I could have just Zoomed on my cell phone, which would have definitely got through better than a hotspot. So when you have a plan and it's going south, step one evaluate what is a new solution right now. What is a new solution? I watch this in the industry with guys doing HVAC installs. Job goes south, and they don't know what to do. Instead of calling and saying, job's going south, boom, let's reevaluate. Do you need another guy? You see it, they're like, oh, the air handler won't fit through the attic. And it's tight spot. And I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. Let's quickly evaluate and brainstorm a new plan. This will serve you very well in life and in business. So I want to know from you guys is, what do you need to do to build the muscle and hone the skill set of redoing the plan and making sure you're evaluating real time? Two cool notes for everybody on this. One, I'm doing a webinar at 4 o'clock today. It's going to be really badass. If you want to get in on the webinar, go to servicebusinessgrowth.com, servicebusinessgrowth.com. As long as it's not maxed out, you'll get a ticket in. But if we're maxed out, then hopefully we could get you the recording. So if you want to hang out with me at 4, we do have a whole bunch of badass master advisors coming on today. Myself, I'm pretty sure Denise Swafford's going to be on there. Larry, Rob, Mike Disney. It's the first time we're doing a live public webinar with the master advisors, and let's just call them warrior badasses in the industry today, and we are going to lay it down, okay? We're not pulling no punches. It's going to be massive value. It's going to be, I would imagine, 60 to 90 minutes of just driving information, and you're not going to want to miss it. So I hope that you can get in to it, because last I checked, we had 400 people or something, 350, 400 people registered all over the world. And the capacity of those things sometimes just kind of blow up after you start cranking past 500. I think last time we had I think 600 or 700, and the damn thing was just like, it was on fire, right? It was on fire. And the last part is, if you're interested in spending 4 days with us, we have our last, it's called Market Domination, last 4-day event. I will just be as transparent. If you're in my world, you know I'm not here to sell you anything at all. But I will tell you, hands down, the 4-day SBE event, we have Lou Ferrigno coming, we have Jay Abraham, Mike Michalowicz, Dan Cashel, Aaron Hoos. We are covering this is our last one, so everybody, what's up, Tim? Everybody who's spoken pretty much at one of my SBE, Service Business 4-day event, is coming to this one, and they know it's the last one. So Jay Abraham says, like, I'm throwing it down, right? And this is a small atmosphere. What I notice is a lot of people go to trainings that don't really move the needle, or they don't know how to execute on it. So my warrior guarantee to you is you'll leave with a blueprint. Everybody leaves with their own blueprint. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Never was, never will. Why is it the last one? You know what, Len? I'll be completely transparent with you, brother. I'm doing that event 4 days long. We did 5 1 year, every other year 4, for almost 5 years now. So it's over 25 of these events. It takes now 15 employees to run the event. It's so big, and we want to focus a lot more on, we're working with a couple hundred, probably pushing 220 companies all over the United States, Australia, Canada. And at this point, we have so many warriors. We have a waiting list right now to even get on a call to see about joining, because we don't let just anybody join. You have to go through an approval process. It's not like one of these areas where we're like, oh, you get we have a spot in a demographic area. That's always been such a bunch of bullshit. Like, I used to be in an organization, they're like, yeah, you got 500,000 people. Yeah, all right. I was doing $32 million. What do you, like, okay, that's a false sense of protection. It's like, oh yeah, I'm protected in an area. Bullshit. I've outgrown, even in that organization, I outgrown 2 of the founding fathers. I smoked them in this industry, because it's really a game of execution, right? It's a game of execution. So will we do some other stuff? Yeah, but I got to tell you something, Len. Right now, time for our warriors, like, we do road warrior, phone warrior, war planning. We have an outbound training. We have a leadership training. This summer, we have a warrior training for teenagers. We have a warrior training for relationships. And we have 4 or 5 more trainings coming out that we're working before the end of this year. So if you look at these, and we do a lot of them twice a year, we have a sales training coming out, 3-day sales training. We have a 3 days marketing training that's unlike anything in the world that's coming out. We have a 3-day recruiting training, which hands down, I've been spending 5 months building the greatest recruiting models known to humankind. And so when you look at that, and in the future work, which will probably be 2020, we already have spec'd out for a dispatcher training and so much more. So when you look at the amount of training and the amount of master advisors we have to teach it, we're kind of pushing capacity for the new market versus our existing clients. And our warrior clients are always number one priority. It doesn't matter if they're in our accelerator program, Impact, Circle, or Centurion program. They're really a priority. So this event just takes too much resource, too many times. But I believe, just like I told everybody, Lynn, you got to, let's not do another one. And I'm like, that's not fair to the market. And you got to remember, Len, like, I sold a $32 million company. This is my mission and my movement. But I did come off the beach. If you heard the front of this, I'm down with my beautiful wife at the beach house. Like, I do have to make sure that I'm celebrating life too, along with the movement. And I'll be as transparent with you, brother, as possible, like I am with everybody. And anybody on here that's been to it can share. Hands down, I will tell you, it's our last 4-day one. I'm not doing this one again. And hold me to this. Anybody would be nuts not to make it to this 4-day event. I give $1 million guarantee at the end of day one. Who does $1 million guarantee at the end of day one, which ends about 10 or 11 o'clock at night? This time we'll probably go to midnight, because you're not coming to go to you go to these events and at 5 o'clock you're at the bar. Doing what? You're not making, don't tell me you're making connections. You're not making nothing at the bar. At 12 o'clock at night with me, you're building a blueprint to dominate and change your life. And the guarantee has been there for over 4.5 years. Like, at the end of day one, 10, 11, 12, midnight, if I haven't given you $1 million worth of value or changed your life unlike anything on the planet, come up to me. I'll give you all your money. I'll give your plane ticket back. I'll pay for crappy food you ate in the airport. I don't know anybody in the world brave enough to give $1 million guarantee at the end of day one. Nobody. Most of the time, and you could hold me to this, 2 hours into the experience, the 4-day event, you'll be like, shit, I could leave right now. Hands down, man. Hands down. So, but don't understand, and I'm always so careful. I'm not here selling you nothing. I'm not selling nothing. It's our last one, and that shit's got over 170 strategies. I mean, how powerful is it to know my sales process, my spiff program? I mean, Len, what about my marketing, direct mail, me giving it to you? What about my experience packet we used with customers? What about my membership program that we sold over 1.2 million over the phone alone? I mean, it's just nuts. The return on investment is like that, man. It's so quick, brother. It's so quick. Like, we don't pull nothing back. And to have I'm bringing my copywriter out to share strategic copy. One of my coaches, well, actually multiple of my coaches are talking. Jay Abraham, Dan Cashell's coming out and talking, laying down. I mean, this is going to be the greatest 4-day event. And the problem is, I'll share with the problem, Len. It's only a 10,000 square foot building, brother. It's only 10,000 square foot. And they're signing up like 4 or 5 a day. So, like, we have to close out. I already have to build on like a tent on the back of the building to fit people already. That's how much it's growing. The building's only so big. The parking lot's only so big. And I don't go to a hotel. You're in my CEO Warrior headquarters. So there you go, everybody. My wife texted me. I got to check out what she's talking about. Go to servicebusinessgrowth.com today. It's free. We are laying it down today. Serious warrior style of information. We're just going to blow this thing out today. And then, yeah, if you want to come to Service Business Edge, the last 4-day event, boom, just private message me. I'll make a super connect to my team. We'll get you in. We have many levels, and I will tell you, if you can't afford to leave, you're a slave to your company. If you can't afford the event, then you need me more than anything. And if you're suffering that bad, let me know. I'll send you a free book. I'll do whatever I can. I do free webinars. I'm pretty sure I do more free webinars to the service industry than anybody on the planet. And I do that because I don't want anybody to suffer. All right, Steve Dario, what's up, big boy, big brother? Boom, I'm out. I got to get back to the beach. Bye.